All was quiet on the cruise ship. The ocean, a vast expanse of deep blue, mirrored the clear night sky sprinkled with a million stars, the gentle rocking of the waves, a lullaby to the sleeping passengers. But that tranquility was about to change. A meow, a yowl, a furry torpedo shot out of the water, claws extended. Aiming for the highest point of the cruise ship, the toddler up it scrambled, brushing against ropes and chains, its emerald eyes gleaming with mischief. And just as the first rays of sunlight began to touch the horizon, the cat, yes, a cat, hit the horn, blaring aloud, long sound that echoed across the sea. The crew, well, they weren't too happy about this furry stowaway, but the passengers, now gathered at the rail, were in awe. This wasn't just any cat, no, sir. This was Captain Whiskers, a ginger tabby with a heart as big as his appetite and an adventurous spirit that would put any sailor to shame. As if conducting an orchestra, Captain Whiskers swished his tail, directing the crew on what to do. He barked orders, meowed at the cook, and soon enough, breakfast was served. Not just any breakfast, mind you, but a fish buffet. Salmon, tuna, sardines, all laid out on a golden platter. It was a feast fit for a king, or should I say a cat. With a purr that rumbled like distant thunder, Captain Whiskers surveyed his domain. The cruise ship was his now, or at least it was for the day. The passengers, well, they became honorary crew members, assisting the captain in his daily duties. They polished the brass railings until they gleamed, not because they had to, but because they wanted to. One passenger even spotted a familiar face among the crew. It was Patches, a sleek black and white cat from the local animal shelter. Apparently, she had a thing for adventure and stowed away on the ship for a little excitement. Captain Whiskers, being the noble leader he is, took her under his wing, teaching her the ways of the sea and the importance of a good back scratch. The day continued in much the same vein. Captain Whiskers, in full hat and boots, took the wheel, steering the ship with the utmost seriousness. Of course, he pretended to be in charge. The actual captain wisely chose to stay in the galley, enjoying his newfound peace and quiet while sipping some strong coffee. He danced across the buttons, making the ship go up and down, creating small waves that delighted the passengers. Some even tried to join him, but those not invited took the hint and stayed on deck. After all, it was Captain Whiskers' day. As the sun began its slow descent, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Captain Whiskers stood at the front of the ship, silhouetted against the fiery ball that was the setting sun. A sense of peace settled over the passengers. It had been a day filled with surprises, laughter, and a whole lot of cat hair. It was time to go. Captain Whiskers, with a final flourish, jumped into the water, leaving behind a trail of bubbles and the faint outline of a ginger tabby. The cruise ship, now bathed in the soft glow of the moon, sailed on, carrying with it the echoes of a cat's meow and the memory of a day when a cruise turned into a cat cruise, and life, for a few brief hours, was all about the purr. As the passengers disembarked, they couldn't help but smile, their hearts lighter, their spirits higher. All thanks to a cat who knew how to take charge, a cat who taught them that sometimes in life, it's fun to be a little crazy. A cat who reminded them to look for adventure in every day. A cat who quite literally took the wheel